not believe that this super tasty, healthy, easy, and one ingredient tofu is made from lentils. It's also super budget friendly, which is great because the cost of living is going up. It is super expensive to live, and these packet of lentils literally cost me like $1. Whereas a packet of ready-made tofu, which is made from soy, costs me like $7, $8. So this is a great protein option for your wallet. So all you need is 1 cup of lentils and 3 cups of boiling water. It can barely be called a recipe. Now before we soak it, we're gonna actually rinse it really well first because this will get rid of the bitter flavor and also the dirt. You'd be surprised at how dirty it is. So once our 1 cup of lentils are rinsed, we're gonna add 3 cups of boiling water and let that soak for about 20 minutes. So now that our lentils have finished soaking, we just simply add the mixture to a blender, including the soaking liquid. Do not drain that off. Also at this point, you can add some seasonings. This just gives it a little bit extra flavor. So I like to add some garlic powder, about a teaspoon of that, and some salt. And then we simply blend that until smooth. Add the mixture to a large saucepan and heat on medium heat, stirring constantly using a spatula. When it starts to thicken and bubble, turn down to medium-low heat. Keep stirring for a total of 7 to 10 minutes until the mixture is very thick and the spatula can stand up on its own. Once thick, remove from the heat and immediately put the mixture into an 8x8 glass container, smoothing it over the top. Then refrigerate for 2 hours or overnight. So as you can see, our tofu has now firmed up and it's like literally the exact same texture as normal tofu. You can see it has that really nice bounce to it. So we're just going to remove it from our container. So now our tofu is ready to cube and we can use it in the exact same way as normal tofu. We can stir fry it, marinate it, air fry it, bake it, whatever you want. So we're just gonna give a taste test for the raw tofu. So it actually has a very similar texture to tofu. Quite mild tasting, so I am glad that we did add a bit of seasonings, which we added the garlic and the onion powder. It is really, really good. And now we're ready to add some extra flavor to it. So I'm gonna show you how to make one of my favorite super easy tofu recipes. Takes literally 5 minutes. It's a crispy soy garlic tofu. And first ingredient we're gonna need is some cornstarch. Now this part's totally optional, but it does make it super crispy. So we're gonna add some cornstarch to a plate. So just simply toss our tofu into the cornstarch, like so. It's best to do this in batches as well. The reason why I've used a plate is because it is much easier to coat the tofu than it is in a bowl. For our delicious sauce, we have got some water, soy sauce, oyster sauce, or for a vegan alternative, you can use like a stir-fry sauce or teriyaki, some rice wine, Chinese cooking wine, some sugar to cut through the acidity of the wine, and some cornstarch to make it nice and thick. So just chuck that all in the bowl and give it a whisk. Until smooth and glossy, then set aside while we make our tofu nice and crispy. So over medium heat with some oil, I like to use olive oil. You can also use coconut oil. Add in our tofu and cook each side for about 7 minutes for crispy, 10 minutes for extra crispy. Then set the tofu aside and pour the sauce into the pan over high heat, letting this thicken and bubble, and it smells absolutely amazing. Once nice and thick, add in our crispy tofu and stir that through until nicely coated, and we are basically ready to serve. I love serving this with some toasted sesame seeds on top. I like using black and white for some variety, and also some sliced spring onions. Coriander as well goes perfectly with this recipe, and I love serving it with some white rice or cauliflower rice. This is the perfect recipe to whip up in a cinch for meal prep or a quick weeknight meal, even like a budget-friendly date night. So delicious, freezer-friendly. I guarantee you'll be making this on the regular. If you prefer, you can also air fry the tofu for 10 minutes at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope that you try this one ingredient tofu at home. You won't regret it. It is the best protein option right now, my favorite. And also this 5-minute soy garlic tofu is just chef's kiss. Best thing you'll ever make. And if you did like this video, I would love if you could also tag me on Instagram if you try the recipe at home. I'll leave my handle up here. It's at AmyLeeActive. And also like this video and subscribe if you want to see more healthy, easy recipes like this. And I will see you in the next video.